back to Friday's Slor Lesson, reading from Beasts of Olympus, Beastkeeper by Lucy Coates. Thank you to those of you that sent in your work from yesterday. It's been really great seeing how you've been getting on with the story and enjoying it so far throughout the week. And today we're going to be reading the final part of the first chapter. So far in the story, we have met Demon and Pan, Demon's dad. We briefly met Demon's mother, but Pan has taken Demon from his hometown on a what sounded like a rather bumpy ride on a rainbow. Demon's not sure what's going to happen to him. He doesn't know why his dad has taken him. He thinks he might be a sacrifice, but then that begs the question of why he's packed all his things. But all he really knows is that they are going to Mount Olympus and they took a rainbow to get there, and he's not feeling great about that so far. So let's get into the last part of chapter 1. Everything was enormous and looked very clean on Olympus, though Demon could smell an odd and rather nasty sort of pooey stench in the air. There were all kinds of nymphs and cherubs floating about everywhere among gigantic multicoloured blooms and trees that had bunches of silvery golden fruit hanging from them. Demon had to run to keep up with Pan. His bundle of clothes banged against his back. Suddenly he felt really angry. How dare his dad just turn up and kidnap him like this without telling him anything? It wasn't fair. If he was going to be sizzled and frizzled as a sacrifice, he wanted to know why. In his fury, he totally forgot about being frightened of the gods. Before he could stop himself, Demon began to shout at his dad's back. "Hey!" he yelled. "Hey, you! Stop!" Pan stopped. He turned around very slowly, his eyes flashing green fire. The nymphs and cherubs flicked out of sight rather abruptly. "Are you yelling, 'Hey, you,' at me, boy?" he asked very quietly. Demon gulped a bit, but he wasn't going to back down. He nodded. His mum always said his worst fault was that he never knew when to be polite and keep his mouth shut in front of his elders and betters, but this time he just didn't care. His dad had ignored him for his whole life, then ripped him away from everything and everyone he knew and loved. Pan hadn't even said please. It wasn't right, and Demon was going to find out why he was there if it killed him, which it probably would in about 3 seconds' time. "Yes, sir, your godness Pandad, I want to know what you're going to do to me." Demon didn't want his voice to stammer and stumble, but it seemed to have a mind of its own. He cleared his throat and tried again. "If I'm going to be a sacrifice to the gods, I think you should have let me say goodbye to Mum properly first. She's going to be really upset with you when I'm dead." Pan looked at him. The green fire in his eyes died, and his mouth opened in a great windy gust of laughter that nearly knocked Demon backwards. "Sacrifice to the gods? Is that what you thought you were here for? My own son? Did you hear that, nymphs? A sacrifice! That's a good one." He laughed some more, and the nymphs and cherubs flicked into view again, looking relieved. Pan scratched at a curly horn and ran a hand through his wild hair. Bits of bark, twigs and dead leaves fell out in showers. "By Zeus's toenails! I told your dear mother, but I forgot I hadn't told you. Come on, boy, follow me, quick as you like. I think it's high time I took you to see the stables of the gods." And that is the end of chapter 1, and that last sentence gives you a bit of a clue into what Pan's reason for being there at Mount Olympus might be. So your task now is to summarise what's happened in the chapter in no more than 5 bullet points. You can use fewer than 5 if you want to, but no more than 5. So it might be a good idea, if you're able to go back and watch the previous videos from this week, just to remind yourself of everything that's happened in the story so far. We look forward to seeing your summaries. As always, you can get in touch with us on the Year 4 email address or your class email addresses, and that goes for if you need any help with anything as well. Not just Slor, any of your lessons as well, and I'm sure you're aware of that already, but you can get in touch with us on those emails too. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you back here on YouTube in Monday's lesson, and if you're watching from Falcons, then I look forward to seeing you on Teams. Have a lovely weekend. Bye!